What's going on, everybody? Hey, so just wanted to talk about something that came up earlier and I was just thinking about opportunities and how I've talked before about the red card theory, and that's in short, if I were to say, hey, go count as many red cars as you can in a day, come back, and I'll give you $10 for every red car you look for. Well, now you have an incentive to go and look for and find and count as many red cars as you can. Well, if life's the exact same way, right? Not if, it is the same way. So now, if you were to take that same mentality and you were to go out in life and you were to look for those opportunities, what is it that I want right now in today's life? Who am I? Where am I? Do I like music? Am I good with music? Do I want to go find someone to teach me about music, or do I want to go and find out where I could, start to learn more about playing other instruments or singing or whatever the case is, you know, so where are those opportunities and how can you start looking for them? Because life is just full of opportunities everywhere. But in today's world, especially here in the West, we have been so trained to only see right what's in front of us and what someone might even be trying to get us to look at, right? That's what all types of social media and commercials and all this instant gratification stuff. It's just like, it's just all this shiny stuff that's in front of us. And it's distracting us from being able to go and look for these opportunities, to go look for these times that we could grow or learn something or achieve something else because we're so distracted. So that's just kind of the idea is that, in short, opportunities are everywhere. Some people might be like, I don't see any opportunities anywhere, or I just don't know what to, I don't know what to do. I want this thing, but I can never find this one thing. Well, if then going back to the red card theory, if I were to say, go look for as many red cards as you can, I'll give you $10 each. And you come back and I say, how many green cards did you see? And you're like, you said for red. And I'm like, yeah, but there's green cards, there's blue, there's yellow. There's a lot of other colors out there. So with that same thought process, it's not just the one thing we're looking for. Now, if that's your main thing, you're like, I want this opportunity, or God, I want this sign from you. And it's like, okay, great, look for those things, but don't shut off all the other colors of the cars. There's a lot more out there. So just because you might be looking for that one red car, well, there actually might be a green or blue or purple one that's 10 times better and that you actually liked more than the red. So again, simple analogy, but I really like it. It helps me out and trying to open up my eyes. Like this for the past couple months, I've been talking about like this rough season I'm in. That got me going through, and just looking and going through the Bible and just finding out all these different areas of suffering, and then thinking of opportunities. Don't waste the opportunity of where you're at in life, and because everyone's going through a season. Whether you think it or not, or it's just a different one, right? Some are reaping the harvest that they've already planted, and they're enjoying the fruits, or some might be planting for that harvest. Some might be having to break up the soil and remove the rocks, and they might have to be plant seeds and water and blah blah blah, right? We all get the analogy. So we're at different seasons and stages of our life, and we're all always coming and going and changing, and which is awesome. Still sucks at times, but it's still really good. So in those seasons, even the hard ones, especially the hard ones, really, uh, where are those opportunities that are in there? What are you being taught in those seasons, those lessons, and then how can you take that time and use that opportunity for what's meant for? Like I can say, in short, for like mine, that's going on. It, for one of the things that God's got me doing is He wants me to pull back and to slow down. And that's completely opposite of me because I'm very go, 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 go. I've been like that my whole life, especially the past couple years. I've just been like nothing but go. Like I have not stopped in years from doing anything. And He's teaching me that now, and now I can see it now. So I'm like, okay, well, now that I'm in this season, and I can see that now, business has slowed down a bit because of actual seasonal stuff. Um, and so then I can see, okay, well, now that I have this little bit of extra time because I'm not as busy with work, I can be spending it more on this thing that God's trying to teach me and slowing down. Again, not that I like it, but I'm not going to argue with him. I've already done it and I've lost every time. So it's just little things like that. So just want to go through a few things because Lord knows I could spend hours upon hours talking, much less going through scriptures. But anyways, here's just a few that stood out to me that I thought were pretty good and helpful. So this isn't scripture, but this is William Jones. He says the greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitudes. Again, just changing. Okay, well, if this isn't going well or working in life, then let me change. Like I'm not perfect, none of us are. So if I'm not doing something right, maybe let me change something about myself. And then Viktor Frankl, he says, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Again, just kind of saying the same thing. We need to change ourselves, change that mindset, change that thought process. What am I going through? What am I dealing with? What am I looking for? Was that opportunity? Okay, maybe there's other opportunities. So let me look at that. Look for that, red car, green car. Uh, okay, now Ephesians 5:15 and 16. So then be careful how you walk, not as unwise people, but as wise, making the most of your time because the days are evil. Again, days evil, whatever, however we want to look at that. But I want to talk about, making most of your time, because the day's full of everything. So we're all so busy and we have like so much to do in our everyday life. I gotta get up, I gotta eat, I gotta shower, I gotta get the kids ready for school, I gotta get to work. And that means I'm gonna deal with like an hour of traffic. I gotta do this, that, and the other. Like there's so many things. So we're getting so busy and we have no time to even think, much less deal with the day. So in your day, how can you, be as a wise person? How can you be doing good? And some of these other verses will be leading into all this again. They all kind of go together. But with your time in your day, what are you doing? Are you being like a wise person? Are you being productive with your time? For example, are you uh, building that self-control so that when you're in traffic and you're all angry and stuff, does that mean you're gonna allow that anger and short-temperedness to cause you to make bad choices, or are you gonna be able to, calm yourself and actually still do what's right, whether it's cutting someone off or whatnot. And again, that can apply to every area of life. Galatians 6:10 is, so then while we have opportunity, let's do good to all people, and especially to those who are of the household of faith. So again, just kind of leading into what I was from the last one is like look for the opportunity to do good because we were given two commandments: love God and love others, right? Love his children, take care of them, help them. So while we're going about our everyday life, how can we be that blessing, that good, how can we be good to others and help them and love them and etc. So that's just kind of the idea there is we're still doing our everyday. So in your everyday, where are those opportunities you can do something good that you can see God's work in it? You can, fill in the blank, whatever it is that you have going on that you want to do, that you want to see. I don't see God's hand in my life. I'm suffering in all these areas. Okay. So where are your blessings? Count them, see them. And again, you're just changing your mindset. And then I decided I guess we can finish off with Ecclesiastes 3:1 to 8, just because I wanted to, it's got a bunch of examples. So we got there's an appointed time for everything, and there is a time for every matter under heaven. Okay. A time to give birth and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to throw stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to shun embracing, a time to search and a time to give up as lost, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear apart and a time to sew together, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. So again, everything and like I was saying earlier, that's my season of life is it's in different areas. The things I used to do for the past couple of years, well, like a lot of that's changed and now I'm having to change certain things in this time. So it's a season, and then what I'm doing now in this season, I'm going to end up not doing some of it, maybe a lot of it in the next season. So that's just part of life that there's a time and a season for everything, and opportunities are in all of them. So where's your next opportunity? It's right in front of you. It's every single day and every single interaction you have. You can do something. You can do good. You can work towards your goals and trust his process and his timing. And again, I didn't go down anything that has to deal with like the faith side because faith is just trusting in his timing. and what he's got planned and that he knows more than us and all that stuff. So I'm not going down that route because we'll be here for about another 5 years. But anyways, idea is that the opportunities are in front of us all every single day. We just have to change our mindset and our thought process of what am I looking for? What do I need to be looking for? And that's just kind of each person's own journey. So anyways, hope that was helpful. Hope that gave you guys some insight, and y'all be blessed. Talk to you next.